Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to do my girl Roma's hair. She's got a little bit of an overgrown root and we're just going to lighten her up all over. And I also gave her this amazing sharp bob and we really angled it in the front and I just think it looks so freaking perfect on her. So if you guys want to see my technique, keep watching. So we're going to begin with 5GG. It's a really beautiful gold color because she looks really good with warmer tones. And I'm just going to lift her root about 2 levels because I don't want it to be too dramatic. I think the deep level looks nice on her around her eyes, but then we're going to really lighten her up everywhere else. So I'm just doing a standard root touch-up and letting that process for 35 minutes. And while that's processing, I'm going to begin my balayage. So I mixed 30 volume with up to 7 Lightner by Redken, and I did a 1:2 ratio, so 2 ounces of bleach and 1 ounce of developer, and that's going to create a thick consistency for you guys so it's easy to apply and it stays put. And I'm just going to saturate the ends and then feather up to the root. So I want a pretty good amount of lift, so I'm going to cover her balayage pieces with foil. You don't have to do this, but if you are looking for at least 3 to 4 levels of lift, I would definitely do that. Otherwise, if you just want like a little bit of a bump, you could use cotton or saran wrap. Either or would work just as fine. So for my sectioning, I'm taking horizontal slices, and I'm almost doing a highlight lowlight pattern, but with slices. So every slice I take, I am going to balayage one section, and then the section above that I'm going to leave out. So I just really want to see that depth still, but also I want to lighten her a good deal. So that's what I'm doing on this side, and I'm going to repeat that on the other side and the back. Also, when you're balayaging, I always use the last amount of lightener on my brush to feather the top of the root. So for this look, I really want it to be just soft and blended. So just be careful with your brush. You don't want to actually saturate the root, you just want to feather it up into it so you have those pretty light pieces going up into it and you don't get those splotchy marks from actually coloring the top of the root. And with the face frame pieces, it's so important to section that out so you make sure you really get those detailed because those are your money pieces. That's what's going to really make the face pop, and it's going to be your client's favorite part about the color. So once you finish the front, you can bump up your lightener to 40 volume if you think you moved a little too slow. I actually finished this pretty quickly, so I kept my lightener at 30, and I'm just going to use that same pattern, balayage the pieces, and then slice the next pieces to do pretty much the low light. And I'm going to finish that all the way up to head, and I'm going to make sure I end my last piece with balayage. giving her that really sharp bob right now, but I found that when you really wet the hair, it is so much easier to get those really precise lines. So I definitely recommend that for you guys if you're trying to do a really nice bob. Just make sure it's super wet the entire time. It'll be so much easier to cut for you. And I'm just putting that, pretty much that line in on the bottom, and then I'm taking each section, but really thin sections, bringing them down and following that line.